Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I've got a few orders going out today. I'm going to take you on a tour around the yard, just introduce you to some of the stuff that we do with the cars, show you our junkyard. If you remember the music barn, you'll be just as impressed with the yard from over the winter. But give me just a few minutes, let me get set up, and I'll get right back with you. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Max. I am the fast talking flipper. I am a reseller. I buy low and sell high. Buy here locally around the Cincinnati area, and we take it online. We sell it mainly on eBay, but I do sell in other places like Marketplace and Facebook forums and whatnot. And that's what today's topic is going to be. I'm going to take you on a tour of my yard full of cars. As you can see, I've got plenty of them out there and what I do with those. But in the meantime, until I get to that, I'm going to go ahead and show you. We shipped yesterday, I believe. Yesterday, and we have 4 orders. It's still slow. We're not doing an incredible volume. We've got 4 orders for $153.51 on eBay. Go ahead and pull those real quick for you. My first item is a Juicy Couture parfum. Viva la Juicy. We've had this one a few times, and this one sold rather quickly. As a matter of fact, I had someone ask me a question about this, and I don't know what just happened there. Something made noise, but thank God it didn't fall on me. Smash, bang, boom. There it is in the back. I believe that's Viva la Juicy. Yeah, there it is. Smash, bang, boom. More perfumes falling down in the front. People were questioning me about this, and as they were asking questions, this actually sold. So that was a little weird. I thought it was odd. They said, well, will you work with any on the price? And I said, you didn't buy this? And I looked, and it was actually someone else that bought it. This one sold for $24.99 plus shipping. Not a bad little buy there. Didn't make a ton of money, but it was one of our perfume lots, perfume and cologne pieces that we bought recently that I was talking about in a video just a couple days ago. My next one is a Def Leppard 8-track Pyromania. This is one of the ones that tipped me off that these 8-tracks might actually be pretty good. I think actually this was the one that told me, hey, something is weird about this one. We're in I3. So this one, when I looked it up, I did find quite a few of the, see, they're all down in here. Quite a few of this particular track that had sold for good money, and because of it, you're probably seeing it more than I can, because I can't see it all down in here. Where is it? Where is it? I can't see it. Boy, this is terrible. Why can't I see this? I hope I didn't already ship it out on accident. Oh, is that it right there? Is this it? Yes, this is it right here. I don't know why. I think I was looking for Van Halen. I don't know. It's been a long day. I need a nap. I've already had a nap, but I need another one. I was 100% thinking Van Halen and kept seeing Def Leppard. So that's why I couldn't find it. The trials and tribulations of being a reseller and having your mind scattered all over the place. When I looked this particular one up on eBay, I kept finding that there were plenty of good solds on it. And I said, well, this is just a regular old one. Why are there $50 tracks of this going? And that's when I started researching more and more, because I was literally going to throw the ones on that didn't, like some of the ones like Adam Ant, there weren't many of them on there, or there was no good examples. If you recall back, the Billy Idol 8-track that I sold for $9.99, I screwed up. It was worth about 120 bucks. And it was because there was no examples on eBay, and the only one that was on there had sold previously for $11. So I had screwed up and followed that one. And I messaged the guy and told him, hey, congratulations, you got a good buy. And he was happy to talk to me about 8-tracks and teach me a couple of things. And actually, he told me what sleeves to put with other ones, and I did that. I followed his example, and he helped me sell a couple other things. So anyway, that's still going back there. Still went for $49.99 plus shipping. I've got a unbranded, this is a corn pone pan, cast iron corn pone pan. It's down in H4. It's heavy. I'm not going to have fun with shipping this, but it sold for $9.99. unbranded, and underneath, I think I've got 2 of these. I do. They make a lot of noise. They go smash, bang, boom. So I'll put it right there next to my porcelain plates because those 2 things go great together. Porcelain and cast iron, of course. Love that. It's not going to be hard to ship, but it's going to be heavy. And yeah, I've got 2 of them. 1 available still. $9.99 plus shipping. They paid a little bit over $10 for shipping. Not terrible to ship. I think I can probably just, you know, put it in the bottom of a, or wrap it and put in one of these kind of, you know, these kind of boxes here. I think that's probably what I'll end up doing. So that'll go out easy. But my last one is this. It's, wow, okay. Bergamot Musk. Cremo number 9. Bergamot Musk. I don't know how to say that. It's L4 B&M. Yeah. I'm going to go try to find that because I have no idea. I didn't list that one. Angie listed that one. So let's see what we come up with. Hey, look at that. Got 2 of them right side by side. But which one is it? Which one is it? Cremo. There's 2 of them. I don't know which one's which. Hopefully I grabbed the right one. Maybe I've got 2 in inventory and I just didn't pay attention. Nope, it says I've got 1. So that's going to be fun. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is not it. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure that out. For now, I'll act like that's it. But I know to set this off to the side. See, I set it off to the side. And the one that did sell sold for $34.99 shipped. So those are my 4 items. I'll get those in the mail. I did sell a few car parts overnight, and they're becoming the bane of my existence. So we'll go outside real quick, and I'll run you up and down my line of cars that we currently have here at the house in my quote-unquote junkyard. The county says I can't have a junkyard, so it's not a junkyard. It's my personal collection. The orange one is my daily driver. It doesn't have a tag on it right now because I used the tag the other day to drive this one down the road just to test drive it and see what was going on with it. That's my daily driver. It's my fun car. It's loud. It's obnoxious. It's lowered. You know, all that kind of stuff. But it is a 2008 rare color HHR SS. It's a turbo model. So I have a lot of fun tooling around with that one. This one is a panel van SS. And I got it cheap. Paid $1,100 for it. And they're hard to find because the panel, as you can see, full panel van, battery is dead on it. It's got a broken exhaust, but I wanted to drive it around and see how it reacted and whatnot. I am going to do a swap with that, but that's not part of this channel. That's just a toy. This car here is one of the ones that I part out routinely, and I part out this HHR SS. I also part out the Ion Redline. What I'll do is I'll usually buy these and make a determination on whether I can fix them and resell them. This particular one I bought for $2,000 and thought that I would put a motor in it. I thought maybe it would need a motor. Turns out that it does, and the cost to put a motor in it is just, it's too much for what I can turn around and sell the entire car for. I figure that if I put a motor into it, I can probably turn around and sell the car for between $5,000 and $6,000. The car was $2,000. Motor is worth about $1,500 if I were to sell the motor on its own, because this is a rare version. This is a well, not rare necessarily, but this has been modified. This should be supercharged. There should be a supercharger across the front here, but someone has converted this to be a turbo version. So the parts that are on it throughout, like this turbo kit, the intake, the pipes, everything with the intake manifold, I can sell all that for $2,000. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell the turbo kit and part it out, sell the transmission. I get about $1,500 out of the transmission. I'll get $500 out of the wheel. The front bumper will sell for $400. The rear bumper will sell for $250. The seats alone will sell for about $350 because they are a Recaro Racing Edition kind of seat. Shifter will sell for $150. These gauges, I did sell this gauge here. That is an Aeroforce Interceptor. It reads, you know, just different things from your computer, and you can read that in real time. I sold that last night for $170 shipped. This one is a wideband. It reads your exhaust, and I will be selling that for 150. Just odds and ends, like the armrest. The armrest didn't come stock, and I'll end up selling that for, you know, 60, 70 bucks. So little things. The door panels will sell for $150 for the pair. Little things like that really start to add up. All told, after everything is said and done, I should make, give or take, off this car $5,000 to $6,000. And that's typical. That's typical of what I do with these things. And it has been pretty profitable. I've had 61 of them. 61. As you can see, this one is becoming pretty well stripped. We got the motor out of it the other day. I still need to cut the catalytic converter off. But you can see that we strip them down pretty good before we send them off to the junkyard to be recycled. Some of this stuff won't go with it when it goes to the junkyard. I'm actually going to keep it here because I can reuse it for other projects. You know, like I won't let that guy go to see Jesus because they're hard to find. So I'll keep that. I actually might take the dash off and use the wiring out of here just because I might need it for the swap in the white one. So yeah, you can see we do that. I picked this up the other day. This was a bad buy. This one is in terrible shape, as you can tell. The paint is, ugh. You know, the clear coat is flaking completely off of it. There is rust all in the quarters, and it's just eaten up. This one, the guy drove it to Walmart. He said he's about 45 minutes away from me. Drove it to Walmart, and he went inside. He came back out, and he went to start it, and it wouldn't start. Well, it turns out it popped timing, which is not untypical of these cars. That's one of the key killers. The transmission will go, or the timing will pop. And this one popped timing, and he took it apart and found out that it had issues inside the cylinder head, so that's why it's no good. So I bought it from him for $800. This is a prime example. I'll be able to sell the transmission for $1,500. That's going to be where my money is. I'll be able to sell that ECU for $125. The fuse box will be $100. The seats, I might be able to get $100 to $125, maybe $150 if I'm really lucky, just because they're really torn up. You can see that that seat is really torn up, but that seat bottom over there is interchangeable with this one. So someone who has a driver's seat that they want to fix, they can take that and fix it. Maybe some body panels, just because they exist, like the front bumper exists. It's not in great shape, but if you've got a car that the front bumper is completely trashed on, then this would be much better than yours for, you know, 50 to 100 bucks or something along those lines. I might make $2 grand out of this car. Someone cut the catalytic off of it, so I don't have that to part ways with. This one I'm in the process of parting out. As you can see, I'm in the process of pulling the motor on it. We got the subframe out, and it's just about ready to chop and drop. The motor is ready to come out of this thing, and I'll drop it down and yank the motor out and put it with my pile of motors that I need to go through. But this is where I talk about, you know, this is my mess, because it's all piled up here, and you can see stuff is thrown everywhere. This is what happens over the winter. I get into things, and it gets cold, and I get pissed off, and then I'm like, screw this, I'm gonna leave it right here. And I leave, you know, radiator fans and all kinds of stuff piled up. But this one, yeah, the motor's no good, and it's an automatic transmission version. But I bought this for $500. I gave $500 for this one, and I sold the front bumper alone for $400. The seats will sell for $400. The rear bumper sold for $250. Yeah, they're good little money makers, but they're a long tail. They take a long time. I've had this for 42 weeks. I saw on Facebook the other day that I've got it for 42 weeks. But you can see that we've been moving stuff around, getting rid of stuff. This is all just piles of parts that I need to sell. This is the bumper from the yellow car that I showed you earlier. This will sell for $400. I just posted it last night, and I've gotten all kinds of hits, people wanting it. But it's one of those things where you spend, Jesus, hours talking to people, hours upon hours talking to people, and you end up just wasting your time. You find that 90% of people will talk to you, and 10% will buy, if you're lucky, on a good day. I feel like it was probably closer to 99%, and 1% would buy, because there's just, everybody wants to talk, and then they'll stop and they'll tell you, well, okay, I'll message you again when I've got the money. And you're like, Jesus, are you kidding me? All this talk and you didn't even have money to spend. Just drives you insane. We were in the middle last week, maybe 2 weeks ago now, of getting our engine situation going. You know, we got 2 cars out of here from the pile over here. We pulled that red car, the motor out of it, and we had another black car that was here, and we had a third black car that was here. You can see it sitting over there. That's my shell, my trailer that I'm going to put the shell on, and we've got the motors all put together. Now I've got to pick off of these things all the stuff that's good and put it in inventory and figure out what all I've got. And that's kind of where I'm at. Is it just got cold again. Yeah, it just sucks. So there's a lot of good parts here. There are 2 good motors. There is a supercharger kit. There's obviously a long tube header and a whole bunch of odds and ends of parts. There's probably $4,000 worth of parts here, $5,000 worth of parts just sitting here that looks like scrap, but it's not. It's actually good stuff. Same thing with all this stuff here. This is, you know, mostly good stuff. There's some stuff that's broken that needs to be returned. That's another one of those ECUs that can sell for, you know, 100 to 125. This will sell for 50, 60 bucks. This will sell for $200. You know, that'll sell for 40 or 50. This is actually Angie's car. She built this. She did all the body work and had it custom painted. She was into auto body before she became a reseller. That's what she did for a full-time living. But this is her 2005, I believe this one is. Nardo gray, custom painted, completely custom painted. Turbo. This should be supercharged, but she's converted it to turbo. Cobalt SS. And she's very proud of this, as she should be, because this is a pretty awesome car. You can see that's actually the prototype kit, the very first kit that this particular company, ZZ Performance, made to utilize one of their turbos to make it into a kit. So this is actually a pretty cool car, and this is why Angie and I know each other, is because we know each other through these cars, and if it weren't for these cars, we wouldn't be boyfriend and girlfriend. But yeah, so that's pretty much, other than I've got a small building out back. I've got a, I think it's like a 10 by 12 shed out back. Right now, there's a raccoon living in it. I'm not going to go in there to disturb it. It's got a hole in the ceiling from a previous roof problem where a tree hit the roof, and I never patched the hole on the inside. I redid the roof, but I didn't patch the hole on the inside. So now I've got a raccoon living in my roof, and I don't know what to do just yet because I've heard that they're pissed off. John, the Cincinnati picker, tries to tell you otherwise, but I don't believe him. So don't exactly know what to do there. But that's my parts and what I sell in parts. So we do probably somewhere in the neighborhood on average between $2,000 and $3,000 a month in car parts. I'll buy 1 to 2 cars every month of these kind of cars and part them out. Obviously in the summer, that's average. In the summer, I buy more than I do in the winter. It's just the last couple of months I've had the opportunity to buy, like in the last 2 months, I think I've bought 5 cars just because the opportunity is there. And it's one of those kind of things. You can't buy it if you can't find it. So it's important to buy it when you see it. Don't wait when you see stuff like that. These cars are somewhat rare. The Ion Redline, they only made 6,000 of them. So I know that I'm not going to find a ton of them to work with what I do. I think they only made like 29,000 of the Cobalt, and they might have only made 10 or 12,000 of the HHR. So I'm definitely dealing with a finite number of items that I can get. That's why I can command top dollar. I won't work with the base model. Typically, even this guy here, the white one, I wouldn't mess with that. The only reason I'm messing with it is just because it's a panel van. That's it. They only made, in that particular version, the 2009 HHR SS. They only made 216 panel vans. And that's what I want to convert that to. They made much more of the base model panel vans, but they only made 216 of the panel vans. And if you want to buy one, man, you can easily expect to spend $20,000 on a panel van for a decent one. You could probably find them beat up for, $10,000, but I don't want a beat up one. I want a nice one. So Anyway, that's my parts. I'm rambling. Hopefully you enjoy it. I'm spitting on myself because I don't know why. I drank some Mountain Dew. That's why. And I've had a lot of phlegm since then. So I'm going to hop off here. I'm going to ship this stuff. I'm going to go pull that wideband, or not the wideband, the interceptor gauge, and ship it out. I'm going to reply to 78 messages because my phone is in my pocket and I have felt it go off while I was out there walking around. Other than that, let me know what you think. Remember to like, subscribe, share, do all that stuff. Comment. I want to hear from you. I really do want to hear from you. If you're watching this, let me know what you think. About 75% of people who watch these things aren't subscribed. I would invite you to subscribe if you like the content. How are you finding me? Let me know where you're from. Let me know what you think. Again, I don't know what to say here. I really need to figure out a catchphrase. Maybe you can help me figure out a catchphrase, because like I keep saying, we'll see you on the next one. And that's, what's his name? Not Georgia Picker. The Bearded Thrift Machine. Yeah. That's what he says. And I don't know why I say it. It just catches my eye. So I need to find a way to end this that's catchy. I don't know. But until then, we'll see you on the next one.